10 ways to live like a grandma in 2025. Now, living like a grandma, or living that grandma core life, has such a deeper meaning than an aesthetic choice. And we need to be careful when we use phrases like grandma core, because we run the risk of sounding ageist. So much now on social media, people are embracing the decor, fashion, hobbies, and lifestyle that have previously been attributed to older people. But these aren't specific to pensioners, but rather things that were more common in their youth versus our age of modern technology. And so often they've brought those loves with them into retirement, and so we've often grown up seeing our grandparents enjoy them, and now it seems that younger generations want a piece of that pie. But the internet is already such an ageist space a lot of the time, and we mustn't allow our enthusiasm for bygone eras to alienate older people. Because that's not fair, and I have already talked about the issues with the entire grandma core aesthetic in this video. What we can do is celebrate the values and wisdom that living this way can offer us and the mental headspace that it provides. So number 1, take things slow. The slow life is becoming more and more appealing to many people. We're realising in an age of convenience that life moves very, very quickly. So take the time to do things with intention and mindfully enjoy the task rather than focusing solely on the finished product. A really simple starting point is making a cup of tea. Yes, you could just flick on the kettle and stand there scrolling on your phone as you wait for it to boil. Or you could pop on some music, pick your absolute favourite teapot and tea set, or go and ready your favourite spot to enjoy your drink. It sounds like a really easy thing to do, but it isn't. In the modern age, it is so difficult to just be present, even whilst doing something as simple as making a cup of tea. So go easy on yourself. It's hard to be left with your own thoughts sometimes, but at least this is a starting point. And the point is, you're making a start. Number 2, food. Enjoy it. Food is a typical grandma-associated sport, and we all know the feeling of leaving grandma's house a few pounds heavier, and what a joyous feeling that is. Too long now, through the media, indulging in comfort food has gone hand in hand with a sense of guilt. But food is there to feed the body, the soul, and the senses. And believe me, I'm not a cook, but I love nothing more than being in my kitchen and making a hearty meal either for myself or for my friends and family. And it doesn't have to look chef quality, but taste good and have a made with love approach. Number 3, have a hobby, get your craft on or embrace your nerdy interests. Another thing that has cropped up in recent years that has gone hand in hand with that dreaded feeling of guilt is procrastination. It seems that everything we do now should be purposeful and lead to something. Well, I reject that. Having a hobby should simply be something that makes you happy. For example, I enjoy decorating my childhood doll's house like my current real house. And I am not a miniaturist or a modeller. But this isn't for the scrutiny of others. It's my project and means that I can capture the beauty of living in this old house for years to come. Like an immersive photograph, but in mini scale. Number 4, nana napping. I guess what this lifestyle is showing me is that we aren't intuitive enough when it comes to our bodies and mind, and guilt is a very prevalent feeling in this day and age. If you're tired, then take a nap. If you're hungry, eat. It is not a time-wasting activity, and it shouldn't be guilt-inducing. I love nothing more, and it's rare for someone that works in a hospital, than to have a daytime nap whilst it pours with rain outside. Honestly, heaven. Number 5, being unapologetically you. One thing that many people say that they're excited about when they think about getting older is being able to say and do what they like without consequence. I say the time is now. The beautiful thing about reaching a mature age is truly knowing who you are and showcasing that in your home or in what you wear. So break out the odd little trinkets, throw on that chunky knit, clash patterns, mix fabrics, and allow your space to be as eclectic as you are. Number 6, an animal companion. Now, I'm a big animal lover, so much so that alongside my sweet kitty cat Betty, I also have 7 rescue pigeons. And it's just so hard to feel lonely when you have these little critters in your life. They're also a great reason to get outside, they offer me a lovely little routine, and they drive me up the wall. But let's face it, I couldn't live without them. Number 7, happiness in solitude. My normal day job is working in bereavement, and I have learnt, as many of us already know, that as people get older, they have to adapt to a life without the people that they love. I think that learning to find happiness alone is a vital skill and one that will keep on giving. There's a big difference between being alone and being lonely. If you feel lonely, then you must reach out to someone. But just because you're alone doesn't mean that you can't live an enriching and deeply fulfilling life. Number 8, making do and mending. My nan was an expert in reviving old pieces of clothing and giving them a second life. She was also an expert in budgeting and taught me skills that have gotten me through periods where the purse strings were pretty tight. This year, I'm embracing the art of underconsumption and sustainability, and I'll look no further than to my nan's teachings for advice. These choices to buy pre-loved or refurbish and repurpose the old aren't just quirky or trendy, they're not even just environmentally more conscious or helping me with my budget, but they're helping me shake the feeling of being shackled to modern trends and going about my life as a mindless consumer. Number 9, reclaim your time. The hard truth is that many of us work a full-time job, and so how can a retirement-like life feel accessible to us? Well, we have to be strong and reclaim any time outside of work that is ours. And so practice the art of saying no to things that don't fulfill you and reclaim your precious time. But I get it. In this day and age, this lifestyle feels almost impossible, and sometimes we just need a little bit of direction. And so, in the description of this video, I am gifting you a sneak peek at my new 30-day slow living challenge journal that will eventually be a part of my new membership. And so, if you'd like to give the first 7 days a try for free, then follow the link below, pop in your email and get downloading. By giving me your email, you'll also be notified as to when the membership is open. But no pressure! It's your precious time and your precious funds, and you should only use it in a way that will add value to your life. And number 10 is a big one. Unconditional love. Now, I know that not everyone's experience of their grandparents or older people will be the same. And I also know how lucky I was to have the kind of grandparents that I had. But a big grandma trope is an ability to radiate unconditional love effortlessly. And I, for one, always try to move through my life with love at the helm. Just remember that what past generations had to do out of necessity, we are able to enjoy at will. And sure, we're taking the slower, more intentional route to achieve the same goal, but I tell you one thing, we're the ones that will enjoy the journey.